A state lawmaker wants to change the way cities regulate plastic bag use. House Bill 514 would allow each city to decide how to regulate the use of the plastic bags in their communities. The Texas Supreme Court has already struck down 10 similar ordinances in communities across the state. Well, members of the Texas Surfrider Foundation, which led a campaign to rid the city of plastic bags 3 years ago, says they are thrilled to see the issue being brought up again.
I think that we've made some headway on getting the word out about the single-use plastic bags and the problems they cause, the numerous problems they cause in our stormwater infrastructure, the threat they cause to local wildlife, and then even it goes as far as contaminating cotton crops and hurting cattle.
He says the plastic bag ban enacted in Port Aransas has made a substantial difference in the amount of plastic bag pollution in that city. The Texas Retailers Association, meanwhile, has been the biggest opponent to regulating plastic bags. We reached out for comment but have not yet heard back.